Hey everybody, this is John. Welcome to the free video. And I'm going to talk about the trade into the close today on the futures. A lot of people were asking me about that. We did, just doing 10 lots and on S&Ps and the NASDAQ. Had some very clean trades to the short side, made $3,200 in the NASDAQ, $6,300 in the S&Ps. And then the question just came up, well, what were we looking at? And a couple things. First of all, FOMC meeting came out, and Janet Yellen pretty much said, and she was hawkish at the last meeting. This time she said, oh, wait a minute. We're not going to raise rates right now. So I was actually very surprised when the markets did not explode higher. In fact, they just kind of traded sideways. So as I'm watching them trade sideways, I'm watching the squeeze set up, and now you can see that, when everything lines up red along the top here, that means that you are all systems go all the way up to the 20-minute chart for a sell signal. Okay, so I was watching that, and then we broke this trend line. It was just boom. And this is a very, very easy trade, and you can see there's the ATR trailing stop there. So that was very, very simple. So that's a good example of, kind of a short-term way to use this new indicator. Yeah, especially like for end-of-day trades and stuff like that too. And obviously you can use this for bigger picture stuff as well. Let's take a look at a couple of other things. So the other thing to look at, and the thing that we talked about today in the live trading class, was the idea that you actually do have three setups at any given time. You have the no-brainer buy, okay, the no-brainer sell, which we just looked at with the S&Ps, and then you just have mixed. And mixed is not bad. When you see mixed, i.e. now there's no, the lack of conviction across all time frames is there. That's when you sell premium. So when it's mixed, that's when you go to selling. My first choice is always selling iron flies. So in this case, we did the 740 iron fly, and it's lower risk, $10 wide, sold it for $624. So the risk reward is pretty good. At this point, we would need a little bit of a grind higher in Google, okay, and then also did a butterfly, which is only a 32-cent debit, and if that does pan out, it's pretty good. But in a market like this, where you've got the overall market looking a little shaky, obviously we want to have some exposure to the downside as well, which is where something like CMG comes into play. So you can see here on the daily chart. We just had a 1-dot squeeze, but then you can see we had red dots across the board back to the 2-day, 3-day, 4-day. So on something like that, you want to do a bearish play. Now, if you're conservative, you can sell a call credit spread, or if you're more aggressive, you could buy puts. In this instance, all I did was sell call credit spreads. I wish I would have bought puts, of course, but selling the spreads is the more conservative income-producing type trade. So if we look at CMG here, you can see that, of course, this thing has fallen quite a bit. And this call credit spread, at the time we sold it for $380, it was $10 wide. It's pretty much at max profit now at $7,500. Now, obviously, I can buy this back and keep all that. We're at this point, $40 away from the strikes. You could also let it expire, and of course, by tomorrow, I could just buy back the short side for a nickel. So anyway, lots of flexibility there in how to handle it. So what's the plan for tomorrow? So for tomorrow, as we head into Thursday's trading, you can see we got red dots across the board on the daily chart and the hourly chart. So looking for some more downward pressure, potentially all the way back here to 2025 on the SPX, but initially at least looking for a retest of these lows, okay? So the key with this indicator is once they're here, don't fight it, okay? If you're long, get out. If you want to be aggressive and short, go for it. But anyway, it's been a great tool. Everybody, lots of great feedback on it, and I've just found it's made my trading a lot easier as well. All right, so it should be a lot of fun.